Okay, so for the final bit of the the very raw modelling is going to be putting in some coving here. Now coving's one of these things used to be everywhere and then it sort of disappeared. Now it's come back into fashion. You'll see it in some examples, you'll see it in others, not in others, but I'm going to put it in. So I'm going to come up here to new, and I'm going to set this to standard millimeter IPT and start my sketch. So here we go, click on here, no, don't do that, start sketch, onto that, there we go. So, I'm going to go with a line, we're going to go up about 120, just trying to decide exactly how I'm going to make this coving. I'm going to go this way, 120 I think. I'm going to go down 20. I'm not going to regret not putting in the 20 at the bottom. There we are. Let's go for an arc between here and here. There's no right or wrong. There really isn't. There's all sorts of coving. Just Google it. That'll do me. Escape a couple of times. Now, I don't think I can fillet these. Apparently I can. Good. In fact, let's go Control Z. Make that fillet a little more obvious. And extrude this out. I really hope that green line doesn't mean it's not going to extrude, because that would be very annoying. Good. That's 4 meters. Very happy with that. And again, we're going to just change this to something cast iron, so it's different from all the rest. And you'll see where I'm going with this. This is going to be coving and then I'm going to go and save as. Six meter, and change this extrusion to 6. Got my 2 pieces, go back into my main room. I'm not going to show putting in all the coving, I'll just put it on these 2 faces because it's very obvious what I'm doing now. And there's nothing to say just building what I've built here and not putting in the back walls is a bad thing. I'm just doing it to be complete, but if you know what you're doing and you only need this for one thing, you're daft to put in these pieces at the bottom if you're just going to hide them. I just like to have them there, so I know they're there. So let's think about how to put this together. Constrain this to here, apply. And you probably don't need to cancel that, I just do, this is the way I use Inventor. Flip this over, apply, and finally constrain this to this line here. Apply, again these covings are going to overlap. Let's get this right. Apply. Oh, was that a horrible idea? No, it should be okay. This to here, apply. And finally, this to the top. I said I wasn't going to put in the other one, but I might as well while I'm here. Let's just check everything's in line, which it looks like it is. So let's cancel that and go to place another set. So let's now hide all these carefully. No, in fact, let's bring in the other ones first. So let's go for this one and make it visible, and for this one and make it visible. Now we'll close these down for the moment. And flip this over. So this surface to... which one is this? This is the 4, isn't it? Yes. Apply. Now we're going to constrain this to here, wrong way round. That's the correct way round. Apply. And constrain this to this edge. And constrain this to this one. And finally, this one to here. Let's bring these back. Flip this round to the position I want it to be in. And now what I'll do is I'll just take all of these. I've got the floor as well. And go visibility off, and then I'll turn the floor back on. And that's as basic as it gets. Floor, skirting, coving. Now you can put kind of rails along here, but they're not as common nowadays. Nothing wrong with them being there, but that's something you could do. And then we've got all the other issues. You sometimes have a kind of one coming up through the corners, but again, I don't know whether you call it coving or railing, whatever, but it's not something you see very often. This is messy in the corner, you know, the way they join, and you will never notice that in a render. It's going to be fine. If you want to, there's absolutely nothing to stop you mitering these, but it's a reasonable amount of time and effort for something you're not really going to see very well. So that's the basic room prepared, and the next thing we're going to start having a play with is looking at some very, very basic furniture and looking at a few details again to try and make this slightly more interesting.